USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at usaa.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
This summer, try the new Strato Frappuccino blended beverage at Starbucks. It's the classic blended iced coffee you know and love, now topped with a creamy layer of handcrafted brown sugar cold foam. Available for a limited time. Your Strato Frappuccino is ready at Starbucks.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
A massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, especially these days. 8 different settings, adjustable intensity, plus it's heated. And it just feels so good. Yes, a massage chair might seem a bit extravagant, but when it can come with a car, suddenly it seems quite practical. The all-new 2025 Volkswagen Tiguan, packed with premium features like available massaging front seats, it only feels extravagant.
Hello and welcome to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We are so excited to bring you this show.
Our podcast is all about unraveling all of your favorite mysteries from the Assassin's Creed games. Each episode will be talking about a different topic in the Assassin's Creed universe. From Pieces of Eden, solar flares, and the Isu, to the Hidden Ones, the Order of Ancients, and of course, the Animus, we will seek to uncover it all.
So join us and maybe even take a leap of faith.
Hello and welcome to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. My name is Shelby. You also know me as She Cup, and we are back with another patron chat for the month of May. And before we get into our topic for today, I am joined with my co-host.
Hey, I'm Austin, also known as Teacup.
Yes, indeed. And we also have one of our patrons with us. Hello, Kyle.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. All right. Well, today's topic, we're just going to dive right in. Our topic today is Assassin's Creed What If? So I know that may be a little bit confusing. Austin was confused. No shame. But Marvel came out with the Marvel What Ifs. I know a lot of times people talk about Star Wars. What if Qui-Gon never died? What would happen to Anakin, right? So it's similar to that. And so basically what we'll do is we will just go around and we will talk about a scenario. What if scenario, whatever you want it to be, great. Basically, we'll describe it in as much detail as we can. And then the situation we'll describe in as much detail as we can. And then we can talk about what do we think would happen if this was canon in the Assassin's Creed universe? And we may probably, since there's just 3 of us today, we'll probably have time for a couple. So with that being said, are there any questions before we dive in?
No, that's pretty cool.
All right. Well, then who wants to go first?
Oh, I guess my big one that I thought about since we started was definitely I don't know how exactly it would happen, but what if Desmond, didn't end up sacrificing himself? Kind of maybe the alternate. They all talk about it, what happens if he was to become that prophet or whatever, and become like lead the new world after the eclipse or whatever. That'd be interesting to see for sure.
Yeah, I think about that one too a lot because, if Desmond didn't sacrifice himself, it's possible that someone else would have had to. And in my headcanon, the best possible situation would be for William to sacrifice himself in Desmond's stead. That would be lovely. I dream about that.
It'd be a nice way for him to at least go out with a little bit of redemption.
Yes, and respect, because I have none for him.
Exactly.
You have no respect for William Miles.
No. You know this already.
And I think it's so interesting because, and this is a little spoilery, but like the end of Valhalla is basically that. Like they come to the point of like, what if Desmond didn't do this? What would this cause for the future, or all that kind of stuff? And I think that's really interesting.
I don't remember exactly the conversation. What do they come to a conclusion about, like, oh, this would have happened, or do they just kind of like talk about, how we can't know? Because I don't remember.
So what happens is the reader says, I've tried all these, but it always ends in this disaster. And Layla basically says to the reader, when I have this problem, I find that I need to create a different vantage point. I need to broaden my search. I need to broaden my perspective. And the reader was like, I hadn't considered, I had assumed that Desmond's sacrifice was a fixed point. I hadn't considered looking at it not being a fixed point.
Interesting. That was definitely one of mine, but another one that I think about a lot is, what if Haytham never joined the Templars? What if he joined the Assassins instead? Because I think very easily in his life, very, very easily, if things had just gone a little bit differently, if one person wasn't in his life, if one person, had done something differently in his life, I think very easily Haytham could have ended up as an assassin. And I wonder what that would look like. I mean, obviously, I don't think that it ever would have been possible for him to really stay with Connor and like actually be a father, but we could have, gotten a situation where Connor wasn't forced to kill his father, where Connor wasn't, made to be a weapon at a very young age. And where honestly, Haytham didn't, sow destruction in a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Haytham is a very, very interesting and compelling character for me. Because he very easily could have been an assassin, because he doesn't quite fit into the Templar ideology perfectly either. And that's not to say he does fit into the Assassin's ideology perfectly either. He definitely doesn't. But I do think it would be a really interesting story to see Haytham within the Assassins as maybe a disgruntled assassin who is kind of like, well, I don't agree with all of these things that we do, but I'm going to do things my way. Kind of like how he is with the Templars. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, like not to mention like this, if Connor would even be born in that timeline, let alone, if he would even go to America, if he would just stay in Britain, and then
very true.
I would think that maybe had Edward maybe done two things differently too. Maybe he could still be alive in that timeline too. That'd be interesting. Maybe he could teach Haytham a little better the assassin way.
Yeah,
kind of teach him what it means.
That's true.
To kind of what happens when you just try and do things on your own and not abide by the creed, because he's been down that road before.
Yes, indeed. Yes, very much so. And I have a hard time. I forget very often that like Edward does become like a full assassin. Like he does know the philosophy and all this stuff after he leaves the Caribbean, because I'm always like, oh, he just likes to drink and wants to be a pirate. But no, he has a story. Like he continues on. And I always forget that. Hey, Sir Sitz.
Hey, how's it going? Sorry I'm late. Lost track of time.
No worries. Okay. All good.
I laid down to go to bed and I was like, oh, crap. It's 23rd.
So just to give you an update on what we're talking about, we are doing Assassin's Creed What If scenarios. Kind of like Marvel, Star Wars, whatever scenario you want to talk about, feel free. We have discussed what if Desmond didn't sacrifice himself, and what if Haytham became an assassin instead of a Templar. So that's where we're at.
I've been thinking about this all week because I was having some issues thinking of stuff, but I got one. I don't know how good it's going to be, but what if it wasn't Ezio that became the assassin, but Petruchio, or probably not Petruchio because he's super sick. So I don't know how that will work out, but I think that'd be cool. Like, what would if one of the other siblings became the assassin, or what if Ezio died instead of one of his brothers or his sister?
Yeah, I was wondering that too. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know personally. I don't know a lot of information about the brothers, but I think about like Claudia. I feel like she should be like a fully fledged assassin. I don't know if she is in the lore, but like if she was the one to be the kind of leader, like that would be awesome too. I think both of them have a lot of leadership capabilities, and I think she gets overlooked because Ezio is such an icon. But they both are icons to me.
Yeah, I mean, she eventually she does.
Yeah, I think that would be all right. That would be pretty cool for sure. Because it'd be nice to see a woman back then in the focus of Assassin's Creed back then, instead of waiting until now. And even then, they're still trudging around it, not doing it right. Be
careful
for sure.
Yes, no, absolutely. I was gonna say be careful because our hate reviewers will come after you.
Yeah, that's fine.
We got a review one time. We got one recently that said Shelby just wants every character to be gay or a woman. And I was like, I fail to see the issue here. But Austin posted it and was like, no, you're wrong. She wants every character to be gay and a woman. And I was like, no, but that's funny. Anyway, since we're tangenting, let's go to the mid-break. And Austin, do you want to lead the mid-break today?
We can do a little switcheroo.
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin at 16 weeks. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
Love espresso, drip coffee, and cold brew? With the Ninja Luxe Cafe, if you can crave it, you can brew it. Espresso, balanced. Drip coffee, rich. Cold brew in a flash. With Barista Assist technology, you brew with no stress and no guesswork and make perfect silky microfoam hands-free from dairy or plant-based milks. Shop the Ninja Luxe Cafe at ninjakitchen.com.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
Ma cos'è? Shoot! Shoot a flying demon!
I'm sure you can put this to better use than I can.
Oh, what's this, Greenie? Assassin Christmas.
I needs to be oiled before I goes to the games.
Well, I would have been happy to assist if you were in any state to compete.
Aye, likes to be oiled.
Well, that's obvious.
All right, welcome to the middle of the show with Austin. Hello. It's here where we take a moment to thank our patrons. Thank you to all our patrons who support us. Thank you to our Master Assassin tier patron Voss, who gets thanked on every episode of the show. If you want to support us and come on these shows, you can go to patreon.com/AC Lorecast, and you can sign up and come and support us, and we greatly appreciate all of that. With that, another great way to support us is to leave us ratings and reviews on Apple or Spotify. If you leave us 5 stars, kind words, we will read out your comment or review on a future episode of the show. And so today I have a review that comes from Aquinas 1001, and they say, absolutely brilliant episode. So happy I found this podcast. I'm a little sad that I'm now caught up as I have to wait to hear more from this fantastic podcast. 100 out of 5. Well, thank you so much for that comment and review, Aquinas. I assume that came from last week's episode. Lastly, you can come hang out with us on the Discord. I'm sure all of you have seen a lot of stuff about Assassin's Creed Shadows. If you haven't seen the trailer, where have you been? Go stop what you're doing, pause this podcast, go watch the Assassin's Creed Shadows trailer. If you want to talk about that trailer, if you want to talk about that game, our Discord is the place to do it. And you can find that link in the episode description or all over the internet. Also, in the next couple weeks coming in like the middle of June, Shelby and I will be on vacation. And so we will have a little break in episodes coming up. So if you're not seeing episodes update, there isn't a problem. We haven't stopped the podcast. We're just on vacation. And then I think that's all we have for the middle of the show.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back into it.
You set the table, put on a playlist, even made the lasagna from scratch. And now you're wearing it. OxyClean Max Force Spray tackles tough, set-in stains the first time. Adulting is hard. Fighting stains shouldn't be. OxyClean Max Force. It's not clean unless it's OxyClean.
Today's top story, the flavor merger of the century between the Peanut Butter Group and Chocolatey Corp. Joining me is a PBC executive.
Thanks for having me, Barry.
Now, how did you know the merger and the byproduct of it, Jif peanut butter and chocolate flavored spread, would be a success?
You know, it was a gut feeling, a rumbling, if you will. Besides, they're two titans of taste.
Very true. Goes great with pretzels.
And pancakes.
Apples too, I bet. Try Jif PBC today.
In the time it takes us to say, we're using Folgers instant coffee, seamlessly blended with water and ice. A splash of whatever kind of milk is your thing. And gotta get that caramel drizzle. All to make a toasty, roasty, caramel iced coffee. You could be enjoying it. Every damn sip of it. Damn right. It's Folgers Instant.
Malaka! Malaka! Malaka!
A party? I wasn't invited.
Neither were the horses.
I'm sure she just misplaced my invitation.
Stuck. See if you can find something to pry it open. Honor? What are you up to? No, don't do that. There's no way of knowing what's on the other side.
Okay, so I think, Austin, you're the only one that hasn't gone yet. So what's your what if scenario?
Okay, so my what if scenario is I think about all the time, what if Shay had died and didn't join the Templars, didn't do all of this, what would have happened? And I come to the conclusion that nothing would happen because the manuscript would have been lost with him in there and no one would have found it. No one would have found the artifacts that destroy the temples that cause the earthquakes and all of that kind of stuff. Nothing would have happened. And Achilles probably would have worked with the assassins, and we probably would not have gotten Assassin's Creed 3 because Hatham would have been defeated. So all in all, I'm not saying that the world would have been better if Shay Cormac had died, but we would not have had the events of Assassin's Creed 3 or Unity if Shay Cormac had died.
Is the whole I think Raiders argument from The Big Bang Theory that
Indiana Jones has no effect on the plot.
Yeah.
In fact, he helps the Nazis find the Ark.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. Yeah, I thought about Shay too, but like maybe not. He died. It just like he didn't turn. Like, what would that be like? But yeah, I like that. He just doesn't have any impact at all. He just never existed. I existed, but
almost like the opposite of a fixed point in time, where like no matter what he did, it wouldn't have mattered. That's interesting. Yeah.
Right.
Austin, I thought your what if scenario was going to be about Eivor.
Oh yes. I decided on that one because I thought it was funny. But if you want to know my what if scenario on Eivor, it is what if Eivor would have become an assassin, would have actually been an assassin. And this is more a what if for our world, is that I think that the game would have been better, especially since, and you talk about like the Vikings, but Viking like mythology and lore actually has something they could have used that could have laid into the assassins, which is, I think they're called the Shadow Walkers. They're like literal, not demons, but like creatures that come in the night and kill you stealthily.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That would have been cool.
So I don't think the world would have changed, because I think she still would have taken down the Order of Ancients, and there still would have been all the Alfred stuff. I just think that it would have felt more like an Assassin's Creed game. So that what if is more about what if in our world Eivor was an assassin.
Right.
Maybe Ubisoft would have, not given us a broken stealth system. That would have been nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, I think that they probably have learned from their lesson, which I think is a great transition into the kind of like next thing I want to talk about on the show tonight, which is giving any reactions that we may have to AC Shadows, the upcoming game. Now, I know that we've only seen the theatrical trailer, like we don't have, or cinematic trailer, whatever it's called. Like we don't have a gameplay trailer. We don't have a lot of details yet. So we'll probably have a full patron chat later when we get like more details, or maybe after the game comes out, that breaks it down fully. But as of yet, when we do, it's new, we've got a few things to talk about. So I just thought we could kind of open the floor to anybody to give reactions to the trailer, thoughts about the setting, thoughts about the toxicity and controversy that is happening in the fandom right now. Anything that y'all want to talk about with regard to Shadows.
People that are mad are going to be mad no matter what. It's a Ubisoft property, and people really seem to hate on Ubisoft lately. Like, I keep seeing people like, "Oh, they haven't made a good game in 5 years," which is wrong. Valhalla wasn't the greatest, but I liked Valhalla a lot. I liked Odyssey a lot. Origins is amazing. Origins was more than 5 years ago, but yeah, and sure, they have their ups and downs, but every game company has their ups and downs. Like the Avatar game, probably wasn't good, because I haven't heard very many good things about that. But I feel like no matter what, people are going to hate. One, because they're just ignorant; they don't know. Two, they just want to crap on certain companies. Because I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, there's no way there would be a black samurai back then." Like, yeah, but he was a real dude. Like,
no, I think that there are just so many people out there who just want to be mad, who are just so filled with rage that they feel like they've got to spread it around. And I think that's true for people on like both sides of the political spectrum. Like if we want to bring it into politics, but I don't even think it is political. I just think it's people want to be mad. And unfortunately, I think you're right, Sir Sis, that there are some game companies that seem to get the brunt of that more than others. And I think sometimes it's deserved. Like, absolutely, we can criticize Ubisoft and EA for some of their unnecessary money grubbing tactics and the way that they treat their employees. Absolutely. But like, let's not just hate on games just to hate on games when we don't really know anything about them.
Use your hate for good, not you're getting mad at the wrong things.
Exactly.
But now the feudal Japan is definitely gonna be cool because I've been waiting for that for pretty much since I got into the series. I thought it'd be cool, and I've heard everyone always say that'd be a cool game, and then it's been 15 years now, and I'm like finally. So I'm definitely excited about that. It's cool. It's cool that they're bringing in Samurai and Shinobi. That'd be really cool. That'd be cool, I think.
Yeah, it would
Yeah,
been.
I agree.
I think it would have been, I don't know, better, but people are saying, "Oh, they're just trying to copy Ghost of Tsushima." Like, no, I mean, there's obviously going to be some like overlap about because it's similar ish.
Like they're about the same group of people. Of course, there's going to be some similarities, but
right.
They'll take anything and run with it because that's what they do.
Yep.
And even if it is like Ghost of Tsushima was a good game, like they should be flattered, not mad.
Yeah, you get to experience that again in a different way.
Yeah.
Instead of being just like, oh, I'll just play Ghost of Tsushima and it's better. Like you can play, but you can like two things. It's like that old that meme, I guess it is, where it's like, oh, I have a Snickers bar. Oh, I have another Snickers bar. Oh, two things that I like.
Yeah. Like it's like we can like multiple things, and liking one thing absolutely does not take away from the other thing. Like we can be fans of it all, and that's okay. But I'm really excited about the setting. I have to agree. It looked really awesome. I know that again, we haven't seen gameplay yet, but I feel like that's not, to me, at least with Ubisoft, like I'm usually not concerned, quote unquote, with the gameplay. Like usually it's fine to me. The only issues I've ever had is, you're right about the Valhalla stealth stuff. Like, yes, that's a problem. But to me, like I've never had an experience where like the game is actually broken, like combat is like unplayable. I've never had that. I've had that in other games, but not with Assassin's Creed. So I'm not really concerned about that as much. So I mean, I think it looks like it's going to be a good game.
Not like they're going to change the gameplay up all that much. I mean, like,
right.
You'll be sneaking. I mean, obviously the two characters have two different like skill sets, but at least it's not like Syndicate where you're just playing almost the exact copy of two different characters.
Yeah, I do wonder though, like, we've had Valhalla, of course, which is huge, open world, large game. And then we've had Mirage, which is a much more contained story and like harkens back to the old style of combat. And I do wonder, we know obviously this is going to be more of an open world, large game, but I wonder, where the combat is going to fall. Is it going to be more in line with this old style that's been updated, or is it going to be more like the RPG trilogy? Like, where specifically for the combat is that going to fall into play?
I think one thing that I am afraid of, and with that, is that I'm afraid that they're trying to give us both and of the old style stealth focused and the RPG like heavy combat system. And I am just afraid that it's not going to be done well. That's my main concern. But I have heard rumors that one of the cool things about it is that all of the weapon types will feel very different. Whereas like with Valhalla, it's like, okay, just hit people until you stun lock them and you're done. Dodge, heal, hit people, stun lock them. Dual spears are overpowered. Still, to this day.
Right. I'm a casual two shield guy. Thought that was always fun.
Yeah. I like sword and axe. I just feel like it's historically accurate and it's a good feel to it.
I did have one honorable mention for what ifs though that I was thinking about. Sorry to pull it back to before, but I just thought about this again. About Lucy. What if Lucy had her? What would have happened? Happened then, or maybe what if her being with Desmond changed, made her not turn? Of course, for all intents and purposes, she could have not, and Minerva would be like, no, F you, kill her.
Yeah, I think if Lucy survives to the Grand Tip Bowl, I could see her like pushing Desmond out of the way and sacrificing herself. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I think I agree with
Popped in my
that.
head again.
I think one of the reasons that doesn't happen is that I think that as much as they say this, I don't think when they planned out the plan of Assassin's Creed that anything beyond 3 was ever in the realm of possibility. And so they just ended it in a way that okay, Desmond's dead. We can just end it and there's no possibility of coming back. And then I think Ubisoft was like, we need another cash cow. Make us an Assassin's Creed game, but pirates.
Right.
So I do kind of have a question about that. I've heard that said so often that Ubisoft planned to end the Assassin's Creed series after 3, right? That I've heard that said so many times. But I just wonder why was the game that popular, because I thought the game was mired in controversy when it came out. So I'm curious if the reason we say that is just because of the story, or do we have other info behind it?
About why Ubisoft planned to, or they originally planned to end at 3?
Yes. Yeah.
I think it just makes sense. The narrative comes to an end. There isn't a lot that Assassin's Creed 3 leaves up in the air where you're like, okay, well, what's going to happen next?
Yeah, absolutely. I just, also, I guess I just want to know the inside scoop, which we will probably never know. So I may just have to content myself with not knowing the answers here. All right. Well, do we have any more honorable mention what if scenarios, or are we ready to wrap up?
I mean, there's so many you could think of.
True. I mean, true. We could go on forever, but we do have to end the episode at some point.
I have one honorable mention. What if Ezio became a bard?
I think he would be pretty bad at it.
And that's that's canon confirmed that he is bad at it.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm sure he sang a few more songs, but maybe after he settled down before Assassin's Creed Embers, maybe he played around Firenze a little bit.
Ezio is that guy in college who learned Wonderwall on guitar and plays it anytime that he gets an opportunity.
Anyway, brother, here's a Wonderwall.
Shelby's mad at me because I just gave her the ick about Ezio. Anyway, I think we're ready to wrap up. So Sir Sitsalot and Kyle, if you want to share we'll start with Sir Sitsalot. Just share where people can find you or anything you got going on. So we'll start with Sir Sitsalot.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/SirSitsalot00. My parents have moved, so been moving, so I've been helping them. So I haven't really been on for a couple month or two. But I should be starting back next week as of this recording. So I got that. I keep saying this every time I come on, but I am getting closer to more Assassin's Creed chronology project. I have a new fervor, I guess you could call it. So hopefully that'll be starting back soon. I have some stuff I have to redo. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that yet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. I'll give Zevek another shout out because that's a thing I do now. Apparently, he is still hasn't taken any damage. I'm excited to see when he finally plays Valhalla to see how he does that. Yeah, that's all I got.
And then
Kyle,
I don't really do anything, but I just want to leave a message, just chill out with the whole Ubisoft hate. Try and let people enjoy things and don't get mad about things that actually happened in history in a video game. I feel like people are overlooking that. So that's all I want to say, because I don't really stream or do anything. But
yeah, I totally agree with that. And so with that, thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. You can find us on Twitter at ACLorecast.
If you have any lore questions or topics to unpack, join our Cups Podcasting and More Discord server. It's the best place on the internet. You can also support us financially through our Patreon. Find us on patreon.com/Assassin's Creed Lorecast. The Assassin's Creed Lorecast is part of the Robots Radio Network. For more information about the Robots Radio Network, join the Discord server via the link in our episode's description.
If you enjoyed the show or learned something new today, please subscribe, leave us a review, and join the Patreon. And if you enjoyed our intro and outro music, make sure you give a big thank you to Pipeman Studios. Thank you, Pipeman. Thanks again for listening to the Assassin's Creed Lorecast. And always remember, Assassins, stay in the shadows to serve the light.
This episode is brought to you by FX's Alien Earth, the official podcast. Each week, host Adam Rogers is joined by guests, including the show's creator, cast, and crew, in this exclusive companion podcast. They will explore story elements, deep dive into character motivations, and offer an episode-by-episode behind-the-scenes breakdown of each terrifying chapter in this new series. Search FX's Alien Earth wherever you listen to podcasts.
Want to live better? We've got a lot of work to do. Join Chris Hemsworth in National Geographic's new Disney Plus original series, Limitless. Live Better Now.
I'm diving headfirst into cutting-edge science to uncover 3 powerful secrets to living better right now. The growth that occurs through any challenging experience is really what we seek.
Chris Hemsworth stars in Limitless. Live Better Now. Now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
It's showtime.